Hello, welcome back to Monster Train. In today's episode, it is the not too late 4 a.m. I ended the stream about 15 minutes ago. Took a little break, ate a little snack, let the dogs out. You know the deal. Report for today. What do I gotta tell you? I don't know, man. I was out with the dogs, letting them, do their 3 a.m. biz, and someone is out there playing music at like it's 4 a.m. I just default to 3 a.m. because that's usually when it is. Someone's out there at 4 a.m. blasted music, dude. I don't know who is in the forest across the street fucking losing their mind to some music, but like, I don't know, man. That's so strange. It's very strange. I was standing out there and usually it's very quiet, and I was just like, man, someone is listening to some fucking tunes. They were too far away for me to figure out what song it was, though. So it kind of like, I vaguely recognized it, but it wasn't something that I could put a name to. Anyway, for my question for you today, if you want to hit me with a little comment action, enjoy reading them every day. I've been knocking out some challenges. These will end up on the YouTube as well. The expert challenges at some point. We're Hellhorned Queen today. Yeah, yesterday was Reek. But my question for you today, great question, outsourced from Twitch chat. It was, what's your favorite breakfast? I spent the better part of the last 15 minutes thinking about this question because I started getting into like, oh, what does it mean to be a breakfast? Like what technically classifies as a breakfast? I don't know. Just what's your go-to breakfast pick though? You know, whatever you want to go with here. If you want to just use this to say what's your favorite food again, you can. If your answer is pizza and it's because I eat pizza for breakfast, sure, live your life. I'm not here to judge. My answer is corned beef hash. Corned beef hash, some eggs. It's a classic. It's really cheap and it's really, really hard to mess up. Just a can of corned beef hash and some eggs. Sometimes throw in some extra hash browns because the hash isn't quite enough. But yeah, let me hear your takes. Join me tomorrow for waffles versus pancakes. Also, that's a discussion. I just don't want to hear from the pancake apologists. That's all. Anyway, I think that's all I have to tell you today. Not a ton, really. Pretty tame day. One other thing actually. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do this today, but tonight I might not play Monster Train. I know, but I might play Subnautica because I believe Subnautica Below Zero releases. Like not on YouTube. Sorry, I should have been more clear. I might not play Monster Train on stream. Monster Train this series is unaffected, but tonight for the stream I might play Subnautica Below Zero. If I do, I will most likely bring the VODs of that over here in the stream highlights section, although probably it'll go in its own section because I have a lot of Monster Train highlights to go through. But I'm not sold yet. It also might not come out because I didn't see anything about that, but either way, just worth mentioning. Might be some Subnautica coming your way. Looking forward to Below Zero. We can begin now. We're Exile, Hellhorned, Exile, Awoken. We got Double Barrel Daedalus, Shadow Arcus, Sap Seraph, Fortify, Wildwood Sap, March of Shields. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as well. So my forever game plan with Queen is to find Imperialist. I'll take Cleansing Water. We're Awoken secondary, maybe we're healing. Today my plan is switched. We'll play Royalty. I think Royalty's fine. Royalty is just a little more messy. Winged Indulgence is pretty cool here as well. Royalty's tough because Royalty is going to require us to find a survivability plan and a way to get her to hit multiple enemies. And it's a little harder with Awoken as well. I will not unit draft here. I think armor 10 is a little scary. Our queen is very fragile. Not literally, but figuratively. And there's not a ton of units I want to see. Maybe Awoken banner. Go with this Awoken banner. Yeah, I'm just gonna take it easy. Because here's the reason. If I take that trial, it's a guaranteed, Oh. I could have taken it because of Winged Indulgence. Forgot to think about that. I was worried. I fixated so much on the big enemy that will spawn, because we will get one empowered clergyman. I didn't think about the fact that there is a very small subset of cases, mind you, but a small subset of cases where cleansing water renders half of these units completely inert. That's my bad. I definitely could have taken the trial. Yeah, I did not. In hindsight, I would take the trial for sure. I didn't think about these relics because I've not been in a position where these relics do this all that often. Glad to be here, though. Yeah, Queens and Bling is fine. I will just play one. In front is better. This is the part where I would begin telling you what I'm looking for on this run, but I don't have a whole lot. This run's gonna be open to a lot of interpretation. Winged Indulgence, I've been super underrating this relic lately, I feel. It's a lot better than I'm giving it credit for. Especially in this early game where it just makes clergymen 0-1s. Yeah, it's really good. Okay. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm looking for on this run. The big one is One Horn's Tome and Welder Helper. Those are the big two. One Horn's Tome, Welder Helper, important work. Those are like, yeah, there's Welder Helper. Good. That's step one. Step Weld? That's a bit of a stretch. Glimmer is really good. Extreme Stone Holdover. Did I really say step Weld? Oh my god. Unit upgrades are good. We want to find Endless. Endless Welder Helper is a line. It's fine. Only I could put that multi-strike on the Queen. Multi-strike Alpha Fiend. It is a play, but we're playing Royalty. If we were playing Imperialist, I would snatch this Alpha Fiend with a multi-strike just sitting there, but I don't see a place for him here. Same for Brandon. I knew that I wasn't really going to want any Hellhorned unit, so that's not too big of a surprise to me. I take Extreme Stone here. Nothing else. No Intrinsic, no Spell Chain. And we'll go Awoken Banner most likely. Okay. Sorry, I should also mention, I was listening to some highlights today. I'm gonna take the Invasion Trial for the same reason that we learned in the last combat. Sometimes it just makes clergymen 0s. But I was listening to some of the stream highlights from the other day, and I noticed that when the game peaks, I become kind of hard to hear. So I lowered my audio, I lowered my desktop audio as a whole again. Just a little bit lower. It's not too bad. Like, the peaking wasn't too frequent, so it wasn't super noticeable or anything like that. But I noticed it and I went, I should change this. And so I did. This imp should be in front. But yeah, if it's a lot quieter, like if you're having trouble hearing the game, basically I'm going to continuously, maybe not continuously, but I'm going to occasionally probably lower my volume a little bit, and if you ever notice that it gets too quiet, just let me know. And I will unquiet it. Archer Shield's pretty clean here. Yeah, most of these enemies that would otherwise be, you know, a factor become a non-factor because of -1. It falls off a little bit, but it's like, this is maybe as good as jackstrips in the early game. Not quite, obviously, but it's a maybe as good in that sometimes it's as good as jackstrips. Usually it isn't. Cutting it a little close there. But we'll take it. We will take that. Look at a card pack with Fledgling Imp and Rage Serum in it. And tell me in any universe you pick Rage Serum here. There's probably one or two It's like Brawler Prince, but you're playing the modifier where space is +1. I played that on today's daily. Yeah, it's like Brawler Prince run, but with +1 space to all units, so you just couldn't reasonably put this Fledgling Imp in. Honestly, I think I would still do it. Anyway, I'm not opposed to Fledgling Imp here. I think skipping Fledgling Imp in the long run will feel like a mistake. Sting? Good here. Is there a world where Sting isn't good here? Uncertain. I can go left. I was planning on going left to grab an Awoken unit. Mainly I was thinking Husk Hermit. Backline option. It's weird because, like, I can't make my whole plan imps, can I? Yes, but no. I can if I see Impolate or One Horn's Tome. You know, let's do it. Let's all in on imps. Darn. A compact. Maybe we do an infinite here. I hope not. +10 piercing, 12 damage. It's like, it's just bad. I think it's worse. I think it's too bad. I think it's too bad. I think that this is. If I were to make any changes to the temple, I would make this 15. I think this card would be better off at 15. Anyway, I think that Extreme Stone is too, like, the +10 piercing isn't good enough, I feel. I will leave. I'll just not do any infusions. Because I was running through some of the waves. Most of the backliners that matter have 15 health, so you can't just take, like, the 12 damage isn't good enough. It is as simple as that. Dude, I've been loving the sap effect lately. It's so good. It's really, really good. I'll just take armor 10 here because I want to make a buff card, I think. I think I want to make a buff card. No money. Sad. Pull effect could be good. Yeah, like, it becomes a way to pull my Welder Helper to the front and kill him. But Descend is probably better if I want to do that. I think I leave this be. Armor 10, gain 10 attack is fine. It's fine. Like, it's not great. It's not a game winner, but it's fine. It'll do well in Daedalus as well. Daedalus, how you feeling today? And remember, there was a period of time in the game where this was the worst enemy in the game? It was a good time. In a very small number of worlds, I lose on the next turn. I think the number of worlds where I lose on the next turn is so small that I don't even worry about it. Yeah, because the number of worlds where I lose here, it's no Queen Zimpling, and, like, no Queen Zimpling, no armor, no imps. Like, the draw has to be pretty rough. I think it's probably a larger number of worlds than I'm implying, but still a pretty small amount. So it doesn't matter. It's fine for me to just skip playing Queen Zimplings here, or play them mid, but I think I focus on buffing Queen. Interesting how the 0 attack is kind of hurting me. Not much though. Very, very little. Yeah. Because now the imps die. I was going to say it's hurting me because the imps don't die. Now they die and it's no longer a problem. I did just take 8. I should have put these 2 imps behind. I mean, I guess I could fix it with March of Shields. Is it worth? I think it's fine. I think it's fine. It's a little greedy on my end, but it's fine. I'm not holding right click here because I don't have a good reason why. I'm just not. Thanks, Glimmer. Very cool. Now the worst part is that I can't play these imps. My queen is stuck in front. 5 damage, not a big deal. I need these imps in the back to die. I think pulling to the front was actually wrong. I don't think it should cost me much, but it was wrong. It might cost me, but we're low on pack shards on Daedalus. Yeah, he's only doing 8. 8? I thought Daedalus always did 9. Huh. So you're at 11. You're at 39. So, I mean, 1 more round is a lot. 2 more rounds is probably just enough, I would guess. Just play old magic. Yeah. It's fine. So it was wrong, but it wasn't so wrong that it killed me. Which I guess makes it right. I don't know. That's a tough one to really describe. Ah, 1 Hornstone. That's good. Apex Imp. Okay, you want to play Apex Imp here? How offended would you be if I just took the free win? You know, in some worlds, I would skip Apex Imp here. However, I'm gonna pick Apex Imp. I'll take him today. I don't feel like this run is going in a particularly interesting direction, so just take Apex Imp. We have a lot of good things for Apex Imp, which is the main reason I'm picking him here. And if we see a Steelworker here, it's even better. I don't know what to take. I should probably take energy. Yeah. Definitely energy. We'll go left. I mean, if we, you know the deal. See Steelworker here? Ah, too bad. It's not absolutely free. There's still room for Sorrow. Could grab the Frail. Like, Apex Imp has 10 health. It comes in at 5 armor. I don't think that... Did I call this Frail? I could grab the Fragile for a free multi-strike. I don't think it's bad. I'll do it. Multi-strike quick is what we're gonna look for. Endless on a welder helper? Don't mind if I do. Quick. Start. It's crazy to me that I haven't had a run that did really well with Brandon. I guess it's not that crazy because Brandon was already on the edge of bad. Don't sacrifice Apex Imp. Yeah, Brandon was already on the edge. I don't think that he's necessarily a bad unit at this point. I think that he's fine. I just feel like you're almost always better off picking anything else. Show me Imperialist here. Ah, tragic. I actually kind of want to go Imp Parade. Just go Imp Parade 2. Queen is now mostly irrelevant. Her entire position has been compromised due to Apex Imp existing on this run now. Like, Queen just, there's no real reason for her. Need to go to a magic shop next ring. Thick. Next play is to make One Horn's Tome playable. And yeah, One Horn's Tome doesn't have a downside when you already have Fragile on your unit. We can lose in this combat or the next one, I think. I think we can just get caught here if I'm not cautious. Obviously Apex Imp gets a little bit out of control, but I don't think it's over yet. Because we didn't see Steelworker. With Steelworker, I would tell you 100% yes, we win. With no Steelworker here, I think that there's a world. We could lose here. That's 69. I ever get the collector here? I don't think so. Still fine. Yeah, it's all fine. I need the backline answer still. That's the main one. We need Glimmer every turn. And then yeah, I mean I guess in reality I need an imp kill also. But in reality I do a lot of hedging my bets on this series. That's what I want to say here. I do a lot of telling you things are still losable, because this is losable. No, nothing's a free win. However, it's hard. It's really, really hard. As long as I play this run out with a reasonable amount of thinking, Apex Imp should take this. I think we have everything that we could possibly need. We have... like, everything that we need to win the run is in the deck right now. We have that card, we have the old magic, we have Fortify, we have Marcher Shields. We're not going to do anything ridiculous. This isn't a run to put up like 6,000 armor, 6,000 rage, and just see an insane number. But it is a run to pick important work. Of course. These are all skips. If I see Holdover, it still goes on the Glimmer. Absolutely. I'll open this. We'll still look for double summons. Rage doesn't decay is cool. And Blow of the Exiles is with bait. I'll just take Collection of Tails. Our units are really, really weak, so maybe you pick that. But no, because he gets fragile. Holdover Glimmer. Now I think that this run is unlosable. I think from this position I would tell you that we cannot lose. If only I could take the melee weakness. Yeah, I don't mind it. You know what? I could put the, yeah, I'm gonna do something different here. I don't think For the Greater Good is that good, and I thought of something even more interesting, which is Summon Sap 4 on Welder Helper. I think that's kind of cool. Also, that's an actual, that's a real summon effect. That says summon on it. That's really weird. I should have probably bought something else there. That's really weird because they usually don't put the cards in with the summon effect word. Sure. Like, Dante had his summon effect taken away because he, double summons, basically. In short, double summons. He almost dies. I can put Fledgling Imp in front if I'm afraid. I think that I'm... Am I afraid? No, I don't think I'm afraid. I think I put it in the back and saved my Pyre 5. I think that with Queen here, I have... there's no way that I die on this turn. It is impossible. Because of the Queen plus the Quick. It's not possible for Apex Imp to die there. Yeah, I'll keep Queen alive, I guess. I don't know, feels almost cruel. Feels almost cruel to leave her alive. But I'll do it. You're not dead yet. You can die when I give you permission. No sooner. Oh, hey, look, there it is. The sap is only really going to come into play on the Divinity. It's not even Patient Seraph for it, so it's not going to do anything too exciting. But, the idea is pretty simple. Use sap, lower the Divinity's damage output, realize now that it will stop me from playing endless units every turn, and then go, huh, why'd I do this? Great question, me. I'll get back to you in never. I'll never get back to you. I have no idea. Yeah, it's like it's only good in the Divinity, but it doesn't help us in the Divinity because I stopped being able to play armor anyway. Strange. Well, There's no more. This run is now going through the motions, I believe. I don't feel. It's a little overconfident, I will admit. But, you know, I'll make some bold claims here. Why not? Usually I hedge my bets. I tell you, like, oh, well, we could win, we could lose, you never know. I think that this run is pretty much unlosable. Something has to go wrong. Something has to go really wrong. And, like, when it has to go. Apex Imp has to die turn 1. Or, no, Apex Imp has to die turn 1 or 2. It has to be a position where on turn 2 I don't draw an armor card of any sort. Then I could lose. Or turn 1, I guess, because he only has 5 armor. I can fix that. I mean, March of Shields is just good. It's 10 armor and also Ritual of Battle right now. These are skips. Like, we could get sniped on the Divinity, right? And I said I was going to make a bold claim and then I didn't, but I'm mostly just talking through the rest of the run. There's nothing to think about for a while. Railhammer. Alright. 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 And multi-strike. Cool. Yeah. So the way that we remedy that problem is by removing cards, by the way. The other big problem we could have seen on this run would be Stealth Boss, but Stealth Boss we did not see. Without Steelworker, I feel like it's less interesting to me to get another Apex Imp. I think that this one is fine, then I just stack it. Glimmer will kill backline, he kills triple heavies. Yeah. I'll go 10-10-10 here. And I'm just gonna save the rest of my money. Hey you Ben, how you doing? I feel like there's not a whole lot left for me to talk about in this run, so I'm now going to enter the just kind of randomly clicking buttons and no meaning or thought behind, etc, etc. This is a bit sad. Apex Imp goes top 4. I'll try to stop and think if there's a reason to. This is a resolve effect. Would prefer it if I didn't take the curse, but oh well. Yeah, we're entering there's no thought behind those eyes territory. I believe. But you know. Back to it really does just remind me of Ratropolis. Ratropolis had a lot. The more that I've played like this game, the more that I realized that Ratropolis had a lot of like pretty glaring flaws. Not in terms of like as a game. I was very well aware that that game was a mess, but it's a good one. If you haven't played Ratropolis, it's a pretty cool one. So you can see some content I made for it a while ago on the channel as well. It was the flagship series. But Ratropolis's main issue, I guess I'd say issue, it has a bunch of weird nuance to it. Like a lot of weird nuance. And the first time that you lose a run because your units just stopped attacking because their AI messed up, you go, ah, that really sucks. And then it happens again and you're over it. You understand. But yeah, monstertrain has a similar flow to it now in the Divinity. It's interesting because it actually has it's gained this flow recently, primarily, where it is now a game where we just do all of our thinking and planning and then, okay, we hit brain off. I didn't really even have to do any thinking or planning here. I just kind of dazed my queen so she stops making these freaking queens and things as well. I didn't do a lot of planning here. I just hit Apex in. I wonder if they'll nerf him. You think they'll nerf him? I feel like it would be a pretty safe bet, but you never know. With monstertrain, you really never know. It's exciting. I'm surprised they haven't done a balance patch yet, actually. It's been like, what, a month? Maybe 2? How long has it been? But this is, I can find the answer to this. This is episode, I think it came out on March 21st, first. This is episode 47. Hold on, I'm gonna tab out real quick. This is episode 49. So yeah, it's been that many days. 49 days. Yeah, Transcendent's good. It's just gonna give me more armor. This is a draw angle. Draw, even though we have root seeds, because it fixes the problems that we have when we don't draw root seeds. And I'll go removals here. I will remove... Queen Zimpling's a pretty safe remove, I feel, considering the queen. I take 10 from this temple unless there's a value stone. Spell chain. Bad. Just put piercing on sting. That's fine. No, no -2 for my tome. Pretty sad about that. Yeah, sure. Give me fledgling if every turn. I know I cut a Queen Zimpling, but yeah, it's still not a big deal. There's not, to be fair, there's not a lot of choices left that matter from this point. We can do whatever we want. Second Welder Helper doesn't do a lot because they don't die. They die on the Divinity, but not for long because of the Sap 4. Made my run a little worse on accident. I'll take another important work. That card lets me play more imps, always. Got my monster rail spike for my magnum train. I used to say that a lot, I feel like. This doesn't make it cost 0. Weird. Magnum Train Steward, Magnum PI. Okay, let's see what we see here. It's interesting too though, because I have to give this game, like, I have to give it enough thought that I don't accidentally kill myself, but not a lot of thought. It's hard to go on a long extended discussion because there's a decision to be made often. Like that trial there even is a decision to be made. I bet on drawing well, and I did draw exceptionally well with the turn 1 Glimmer. I would call that a very good draw, yes. So, just draw good. This combat will be easy. It is pretty free. I could have got this collector. That's okay. I don't know if I mentioned it, but my mouse is almost dead. Let me beat it. Where are we at? Oh, it's at 1%, dude. If it dies, I'll have to take a quick break to replace it. I shouldn't have killed my queen there. It doesn't matter though. Unfortunately, despite what you may think, despite how you may feel about my skill at this game, I cannot play without a mouse. Well, if it dies, it dies. I'm not too concerned. Wireless mouse, it's the life. We're hard chilling with the wireless mouse. However, sometimes it doesn't charge. Like it's got a little charging port. Not charging port, like it's got a dock, and I don't know, I woke up this morning and it was not charging. And I went, hey, what gives? It didn't respond because it's a mouse, but you get the idea. Do I talk to things that can't respond often? Well, let me tell you about a little something called YouTube. Like, this is that's the sort of thing right there. So do a little joke analysis. That's the sort of joke that I feel like you could do a much better finish. I forgot to play Glimmer. You could do a much better finish to that joke by doing a pivot to subvert the expectations, but I don't have any idea what you pivot to there. So I could play important work and all of this, but my unit does 1200 damage quick. More, actually. He actually killed the boss without me playing any other spells. So, yeah, I feel like we're reasonably strong. Imp in a box is okay. I don't need to take anything else, though. Impressive, I guess, is the best pick because it lets me kill my imp. Rail Spike's good. I took Hell Pact for it. Take Awoken's Rail Spike. I took Help Pack. I believe in my mind I picked the right path. So I will do that. I'll trust myself here. I remember planning it out. Yeah, I just got Queen Zipling. I think that, like, I do feel like all risk of this run dying kind of went out the window with us finding Railhammer. Because the Divinity puts up big damage, but now we have the +4s, which should do enough. We'll see, though. Double summon effects? Oh, yeah. Now 100. Like, if it was already a brainless, this run is over, it is now just 100%. It's like 1000% done. Thornfruit hurts. I think Thornfruit is actually bad here. Crazy, because I've been a big advocate, but our armor density is pretty low, and it actually does matter if we draw them the second time around. So, I will hold off. I'm gonna cut Root Seeds. Take out 1, maybe 2, but just 1 is probably the way to go. The deck's 25 cards. There's not a whole lot of bloat to it. This deck's really, really strong. Here, I'll double stack Fortify. Yeah, that does make sense. That's just +5. Okay. Same would go here. That's 24. Yeah. Because the Railhammer doesn't apply it twice. So it doesn't go +4 and then double. It goes double and then +4. In case you were ever wondering. Why does it work this way? Oh yeah, someone suggested on stream today, something else I wanted to throw your way. Someone suggested on stream that I do like do a video about pack shards, how to take them. If that sounds interesting to you, let me know. I mean, it's gonna be a video of me explaining. I guess, you know, I've learned a pretty good amount about pack shard management actually. I probably have things to add. I was gonna say it's not gonna be much of a video, but I'm trying to be a little more positive towards myself lately. I think it would be fun. I think it could be a solid video. So, goodbye, Queen. Yeah, someone suggested that though, and I was like, that's a good idea. I should bring that up to YouTube. Here I am. Once again, the ball is in your court. YouTube. Oh, he wipes this floor? Holy moly. I had a few good ideas thrown my way. A few of them I haven't executed on. One of them that I thought was cool but didn't go for was doing a like a coaching session with subs where they bring a seed and I take the role of Cranberry on the co-op runs. This does so much sap. What? This does so much sap. Holy moly. Why did I draw 5? Didn't I have 1 energy? I think I'm losing it, dude. I'm gonna aim to floating kill Seraph. I said that this run wasn't gonna look ridiculous, and yet my Apex Imp is doing 2k. So, did I lie to you? I guess so. Watch the sap I put on Seraph on this turn. What is this? I put 6. What? Was that 16? Did you put 16 sap on that, man? He did. This is a floating kill Seraph sort of situation. If Seraph comes top floor again, he dies. I'm stacking all this sap, and it's not gonna matter. Because Seraph just dies for free. Sad. Okay, why did it cost 0? Why does it cost 0? I know this is something obvious that I'm forgetting. It has to be. But like what? But what is it? Why does it cost 0? Does it still cost 0? I must have drawn it off a rail spike. Sorry, I'm a little tired. I can feel it. It's catching up to me from yesterday. Because I was up until like 6:30. 100 sap. I actually never thought I would see the day 100 sap without Sibiu. That's the most sap I think I've ever seen. That seems good. Too good if you ask me. Every Apex Imp run gets out of control. That's the real takeaway from this though. This run ended up getting out of control. Every Apex Imp run gets out of control if you're given the right circumstances, and here we were. Yeah, the only way that we could lose this, I feel, is if I couldn't play turn 1. But with double summon effects, I mean, that even isn't a situation that could happen, I don't think. Decent rail spike? It's okay. Do they even play Shardtail Queen? She can go mid. I think if I had been able to play the one horns, I might have floating killed. I might have killed him on the next turn. Not quite with this draw, but it would have been close. These rage imps only apply 10? What is this, a scam? I think I'm being scammed, actually. Yeah, deck is just... This deck does everything it's supposed to do really, really well. This is a very clean run. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but this is a run that does exactly what it sets out to do really well. What does it set out to do? Well, it has Apex Imp, and I found the perfect upgrades for Apex Imp. And that's it. The end. I mean, really, if there's anything to say about this one, the real interesting thing that happens on this run, the thing that sets this run apart from every other run of monstertrain that I've ever played, is the Horned Warrior infusion. I never picked that. It's very, very, very rare. I actually think I would only put it on Apex Imp as I think about it now. I feel like it's exceedingly rare to find yourself in a position. Oops, that was a bad order. I feel like it's very rare to find yourself in a position though where your frontline unit, or not your frontline unit, but like you have a unit that will have enough armor to not die randomly, but also makes a use of the fragile as the infusion and wants multi-strike, right? It's like you need to check 3 boxes there, and it doesn't always happen. By doesn't always, I would mean to say I don't think it happens a lot. Very, very rarely. Oh, we won. But I think it's a specific to Apex Imp sort of thing, because think about other units that you would do that on, right? Brandon Warrior? Why? Like, what do you... I guess you could do it with Brandon, but he's gonna die to sweep. But he already dies to sweep. I'll let this play out while I'm going through it here. Steelworker, it makes no sense. He does apply armor, but why would you want to give Steelworker multi-strike? Self-infused? I guess you could maybe do it to self-infuse on Horned Warrior, and then he takes Rage really well. Maybe that's good. Probably not though, because again you have to divert resources. But I guess it's actually not that bad if you pair it with Steelworker, huh? Maybe that's a good line. Horned Warrior, self-infused, rage scale him, and put Steelworker in front. I think that might be a good line. Huh. I'll think that one over a little more. More so, I'll try that at some point, I hope. It's like really bad Brawler Prince, if you think about it. This one was just Apex Imp though. We started with armor. I mostly... Apex Imp was a good pick here because I can feel myself getting very tired. The commentary's breaking down, I'm talking in circles a little bit. So Apex Imp gets us out of here under 45 minutes instead of this being an hour and 15 of sadness. Like yesterday. Alright, anyway. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, don't forget to leave me a like. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.